might you be? I'm terribly sorry about the event. It's not really to my taste, to be honest. How rude of me, how rude of me. My name is Fox. It's a pleasure to meet you. I hope that you've been having a better time than I have. Hello indeed. And you are? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. No, I like it too. I believe I am a little overdressed for the occasion, but I've been having a better time than I thought I might. It's, I don't tend to enjoy being out and about too much, but yes. So what drew you here? I imagine you might not be having such a good time here either. I'm not sure how I got invited to this. It must have been some friend of a friend who sent me some kind of an invite, asking, oh, would you like to come and see this, see that, rather, and then you come there and the music is droll and drab and boring, and everyone wants to talk to you about your outfit and where you came from, and it's so exhausting. But it's good to know that perhaps you feel the same. You found me out here on this little balcony, and we can perhaps talk and escape from it for a little while. Hmm? Well, thank you. I think you look... I think you look quite delicious yourself. Very forward, aren't you? Well, I suppose there is value in that much openness, I suppose. Do you have any plans for tonight? I was just going to head home after today, after the event. I was planning on just heading off and resting for the rest of the day. What about you? You are a flirtatious sort, aren't you? Well, it's noisy because we're on a... Are you insane? It's noisy because we're on a balcony above a main road in the middle of the night. Of course there are cars riding by. You must come from somewhere else. Perhaps somewhere a little quieter. Do you know, I live somewhere quite quiet as well. The noise here is a little overwhelming, isn't it? I live a little ways out of the city, in quite a large house, somewhere a little further away. So, well, perhaps if... Let me talk to you for a little while. Let me ask you a few questions, and then perhaps, if you fancy it, maybe you can spend the night somewhere less exhausting than this place. Do you understand? Good. Well, first of all, It may sound a little odd. What did you have for breakfast this morning? I'm curious about your taste in food. That's it, yes. Oh, good. Oh, good. I imagine that would have been quite nice, yes. Does anyone ever tell you? Well, does anyone ever tell you that you're... I already said that I thought you looked delicious. I mean, whatever it is you're wearing, I like it. I like it a lot, and I apologize. I don't get out often, you see. I don't come to events like this for a lot of reasons, and a lot of reasons. So, as much as I want to act a charmer, you must understand I'm a little out of my depth when it comes to speaking with a new person, you know? Just like an apple. Sorry, zoned out for a second there. It's been a while. It's been a long, long while. How about you and I get out of here? I think I'm dispensed with this place. Its rituals and traditions are very exhausting, and I just want to go somewhere else. Would you like me to show you my abode? I'll make it comfortable. I can brew you some tea, and perhaps we can have a conversation less interrupted by traffic. Sure. Remarkably trusting, aren't you? That's good. That's very, very good. All right. Well, let's barge our way through, and let's see if we can't escape from this place a little easier. Feels good to be home. Feels very good to be home. I was having just the most terrible time at that party. Really, really just the most exhausting. I hope you don't mind that it's a little out of the way. Would you care for some tea? I've got some specially made for you. Beautiful, am I? You are a forward sort. I understand I said that already, but, you know. Oh no, I like it dark here. I know it isn't exactly what you might prefer, but I like it to be a little less obvious. You know, this is what makes me comfortable. Do you understand? So tell me more about yourself. Please, describe, if you wouldn't mind. Describe it to me in as much detail as you feel you'd like to. Hmm? There's a lot I'd like to know about you. How old am I? It's difficult to say. A lot of people my age tend to forget. Older than you, for certain. But I don't think it matters too much. Is the tea alright? Good, I'm glad. I'm really glad that you find it tasty. I haven't had the chance to make tea for another person in quite a while. I see. Tell me more. It's rare that someone knows their own blood type and has it to hand like that. You are extraordinarily perceptive. The perfume you're wearing, it's beautiful. Yes, the perfume. Yes, of course. Tell me who it's by. Huh? It's very good. It's very lovely indeed. You'll have to excuse my rudeness. Like I say, I'm still getting used to having guests. I appreciate how trusting you are. Sometimes it's difficult, you understand? It's difficult to prove to anybody that you're not a danger. And, well, enough about me. Unless you'd like to know more about me. No. I invited you. And, in a way, you did invite me too. You know what they say. You should be careful what you wish for, and you did wish to come home with me, so... Do I usually live alone? I do. And I enjoy it. I enjoy living alone. The place is very much like home to me in a way, and anyone I have who wants to spend time with me tends to leave after not very long, which perhaps you might call that something of a red flag, but I just consider to call myself unlucky. Of course, yes, it can get rather stuffy in here. You can feel free to make yourself at home. I have a guest room, so you'll have somewhere to sleep should you choose to stay. But of course, if you'd like to leave, then I understand as well. Well, definitely more of a night person. I mean, I find, well, you know, especially right now, sunlight is very... It's a difficult thing to manage, but I tend to move around at night and have an easy enough time sorting it out, You know, I tend not to worry about it too much. Oh no, I really must insist. If you're planning on going somewhere during the day tomorrow, I'd rather stay here. I tend to be awake all night and sleep during the day. It is difficult sometimes to be without people. There aren't many people who deign to spend time with me. Honestly, the vast majority of the time I tend to waste away almost without people to spend time with. You understand, don't you? Show me your face. You have the eyes of one who's lonely too. You'd agree with me, wouldn't you? You have the eyes of one who is robbed of companionship. Well, so am I. Oh no. No one will see us up here. We're far away from anybody. This delightful mansion that I own is, well, you saw it on the way in. It's in the middle of a dense forest. The only people here are you and me, and the old creaky floorboards, the whistle of the wind, and that tantalizing smell of yours. Feels like a person all of its own. Yes, I'm sorry. My pale skin is sort of a side effect. A side effect of the time I spend at night and how little I tend to have time for other people. You understand, don't you? Does it bother you that I'm so pale? No. That's good to know. It's very good to know. Well, if you're hungry, I do keep livestock out the back. So, I suppose maybe we aren't the only ones here. But I tend to save those in case of emergencies, you understand? I have something of an alternative diet, you might say, and so it's difficult for me to find enough to eat sometimes. I understand a lot of people from normal walks of life have a similar problem. let me ask you something, and you must be completely honest with me. I am dissimilar at most from other people. What was it exactly that made you want to come home with me? Why did you say yes? And why so eagerly as well? Well, thank you. Like I said, you are remarkably forward. Would you mind if I was forward with you as well? I said I thought you were delicious, and I meant it. And now that you're here, well, we can do whatever we like. Could I trouble you for a kiss, possibly? I understand if you're not ready for that yet, but... Oh. Oh, thank you. Now that is a unique flavor, certainly. Thank you. Yes, I apologize if my lips are somewhat cold. It's a circulation problem. I've had it since I was just a boy. You understand. You wouldn't shame me for that, would you? I should hope not. Very patient with me. I appreciate that in a person. Oh, you are a unique sort, aren't you? Go on then. See if you can't rid me of this strange affliction. No. Still ice cold, but I do appreciate you offering yourself to me in that way, with the intent to help me. It's very kind of you. can't remember how I came to own this place. I think it might have been given to me by family. Too long ago to know quite how long ago it was and where it came from. All I know is that it's mine. Yes, the history of it doesn't matter. How long have I been here? Many, many long years. I assure you I am older than I look. Much older. Yes, I am fairly well off, but I don't think that's the most relevant. Thank you. Thank you. I think I do look good for my age, don't I? Well, the exact number doesn't matter. You really are a treat, you know that? Giving me the space to take you into my home, sit opposite you on a little chair, feel the cold wind wrap around us, and to share a kiss every once in a while. It's more than I've had for a long time. A long, long time. Let me ask you something else. May I, and you must be honest, may I keep you here just for one night? I don't know when the next time will be that I have the chance to spend time with someone as tantalizing as you. Thank you. Thank you. Please, please, have just a little more tea if you would. It's good, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I very much enjoy how open you are, asking to stay longer when you've only seen one room of this place. You've only been with me for... how long has it been? Not very long at all. Would you mind if I had a closer look at you? You're sitting slumped. Is there something... It looks like there might be something wrong with your back or your shoulders. May I take a quick look? If you wouldn't mind? Oh no. It looks fine. Perhaps even better than I'd imagined. How about the other one? Sorry. You are very attractive. Very much. I'm sorry. Let me sit back. What an odd question to ask, but yes. The neck above your shoulders, it does taste rather nice. You want me closer? All right. I would like it. Might I kiss your neck? If you wouldn't mind, I promise I shall be gentle with it. Oh, there's something about your taste that's so unlike anything I've felt before. I promise you I am quite alright. Quite alright indeed. No. I wouldn't dare leave a mark on your neck so soon. Maybe later. Just be patient with me. I'm open to lots of things, but I'd like to know you a little better first. Have you met anyone else who's similar to me? You know, lives in a strange house far away, doesn't go out during the day. I'm only curious. Oh, I'm unique, am I? Huh. It's reassuring. It really is. My last name. My name is Vox Akuma, and I come from an old family. As you might be able to tell, it's quite an old name. As far as I'm aware, I am the last member of my family. Someday I would like very much to find a suitor and continue my family's legacy. Perhaps you should know I'm not exactly royalty, but my blood is rather special in a way. It's sought after. There are people who would pay a hefty price for just a pint of it. Oh yes, oh yes. I apologize. You do make things remarkably distracting. Please, have some more tea, please. Well, the thing with my blood is that it's quite unlike any blood you might find from another human being. It's richer, I suppose. And people have tried to study it before. I wouldn't fit onto a normal blood type scale. It just isn't how I work. It's a little odd, I grant you, and I wouldn't blame you for feeling confused. But now you'll understand why I am somewhat desperate to find an heir, or rather to sire one. This house, when I die, whenever that is, it'll be left abandoned and be ravaged by the passage of time. But if my bloodline were to continue, then perhaps it would stay alive and continue growing year after year. If I have relatives from elsewhere, I'm afraid I don't know them. It's been a long time since I spoke with family. A long, long, long time. Yes, it's all made up. I appreciate your honesty, but I'm not ready to pass my blood on to the first person I meet, no matter how tasty you might be. Let me kiss you again, please. You are so distracting. back again. Thank you. It shan't be too much longer. It shan't be too much longer. Oh yes, I'm fine, sorry. It's like I said, you're very distracting and unique in a lot of ways. You taste different, you talk differently. You're different in a lot of fun ways. Not too much longer for what? Oh, you'll see, you'll see. I'll let you know in a minute. I'm actually curious on showing you more of my home. Yes. I was just looking forward to when I would show you where you'd be sleeping tonight. Well, I didn't say sleeping alone. It remains to be seen. It remains to be seen, for sure. What kind of tea is this? Oh, it's just English breakfast. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's just what I can get from stores nearby. Or at least, I say nearby, it's always quite a drive. Worth it to live somewhere like this. There might be a few surprises. Yes. When you're ready, we'll go and take a look, but I'd rather sit here for a little while and... Oh, you'd like some more tea? Please, please, by all means. Yes, I just need to sit here for a little while longer. Do you mind if I just looked at you for a bit? I worry that I might not be able to see you again. Sort of saving this image in my heart, in my mind. Perhaps once tonight is all over and you go home, I'll be able to remember what you looked like. I've been told by some people that I have a very acute sense of taste. I imagine that if you left me behind, if one day, far from now, if I were blindfolded, and I licked your neck again, or I kissed you again without seeing who you were, I think I would know who you were immediately, just from the taste of you. Everyone has a unique taste. Everyone does. Hopefully we won't have to worry about that. I'd like to see you more often, really. Right. You getting tired? Oh. Oh, you poor thing. It's alright. You just rest your head. I hope you aren't feeling sick. You really must be careful. Oh, nothing. It's only the sleeping agent that I slipped into your tea. You won't be able to move, at least for a few minutes. And then you'll fall asleep. Just a little longer. Oh, you shouldn't act so surprised. A strange man who lives in a house in the middle of the woods invites you in. You shouldn't be surprised. I'll see you again in a moment. Nighty-night. God, I waited for so long. Hold still. You won't be heading home after all. Not at all. Welcome to far beneath my castle, far beneath. This is where all my livestock comes to die. I've given you your own room, though. I wouldn't want you to feel sick, looking at the mountain of bodies in the other room. Now I'm not wanting to wait any longer. Tilt your head to one side for me. You taste good. So good. Just as good as I had imagined it to be. How does that feel? I don't want to wait any longer, I just have to. Perhaps I should tell you the truth. It might very well be your last night on Earth, after all. I'm what people in your world might call a vampire. It has been many long, arduous years since last I had a full meal. I've lived off of quick bites in alleyways and behind closed doors. But your trust in me, and your invitation to bring me all the way out here, made it possible to have you all to myself. This ought to be enough to sustain me, I don't know how long. I haven't even had any from the other side and I'm already feeling full. Oh yes, you do. You taste very sweet indeed. Sweeter than you could imagine. But it's made even sweeter by how long I've had to wait. By how long I've had to wait. But more so, how willing you are. Look at you now. With all of your confidence, all of your bravado, your forwardness, your flirtation, after all that time, look at you now. Look at you now. Tied all the way up, somewhere beneath the earth. Your life entirely in my hands. And still you don't seem too bothered by it. There seems to be an eagerness in you. How shallow was the life you were living beforehand? Be honest. I won't laugh. But what kind of person does it take to be lured in by a vampire on their first try, and to thank him when he begins to drain their blood? Oh, you want to live, don't you? Oh, you will. You'll live. The question is, how long? Being sapped of a few pints of blood won't kill you outright. You'll be left here, cuffed to the wall, waiting as it slowly drips from your body. I think I ought to leave. Do you know what, actually? I would have let you watch your blood slowly drip away, but I don't want to waste a drop of it. Your blood. It doesn't taste like blood, it tastes like honey, it tastes like sugar. It tastes warm, savory and delicious and sweet, all at once. I'll tell you what I'll do. After tonight, I'll wrap you up, make an effort to save you, but I won't set you free. You'll sit and you'll wait here until I come back to get my fill. And then I'll wrap you up again. And then I'll come back, however long later. I'll feed you. I'll feed you just the right ingredients. Just the right ones to season you properly. To get your blood tasting just the way I like it, perhaps even better than it already does. Show me your neck again. I like the way you squirm when I bite you. I really do. That cause and effect, one event leading to another. My bite, the taste, the sound, the feeling. Oh, it's intoxicating. exactly did you hope to get out of this? Did you think I was going to be another easy grab? Some other guy you thought was cute and that you fancied taking home, only to be greeted by the first day of the rest of your entire life? Just wanted to be with me. Well, I think you chose wrong. Of all the men in the world you could have gone home with, you had to choose me. How stupid do you have to be? The conclusion you're coming to, allow me to get this straight. The conclusion you're coming to is that you would rather let me kill you. You would rather let me use you like a bag of blood than let me be alone for another day. So romantic, isn't it? So romantic indeed. Do you think that's going to help me change my mind? I'm curious. Do you think I'm suddenly going to have a change of heart and see you as a human being rather than what you are to me, which is an upside down, held up bag of the juiciest and tastiest blood I've ever tasted? Poor baby. Poor sweet baby. So, you're telling me that you want for your life to be spent, the rest of it, slowly withering away at the bottom of a dungeon when a vampire comes down, uses you for your blood, goes upstairs and forgets you even exist? Oh, imagine my luck. Take off that shirt of yours. I'll take it off for you. Your hands are all dressed up. I'm sorry. You know what they say about vampires? They can't do anything unless you invite them. You, in a way, after I invited you into my house, you invited me under your skin. May I bite you again? I've got my eye on your chest. It looks very tasty. Oh, it hurts, does it? Could I be a little gentler? Oh, you poor baby. So under this silly delusion that you have any semblance of control over what will be happening for the rest of your life. You won't. But perhaps I will. You can understand, can't you? You can understand why I took my time. You can understand why when it came down to it, when I had the opportunity to really take out all those years of hunger on you, I didn't feel like holding back. Perhaps I am biting hard on purpose. It's like I said, I like the way it makes you react. The way you squeal a little bit. No matter how much you want to act like you want this, you can't deny how badly it hurts. I'll kiss you again to say sorry. Give you a break. Come here. Why would I give you a break when I'm still so hungry? That's right. That's very good. A willing sacrifice. Imagine my luck. It's almost a shame, really. I do like when they struggle a little bit. It's quite a long process. I haven't been able to fool anyone down here in, like I said, quite a few years. The last person was a riot. I mean, really. I brought them down here, and for such a long time, they were under this impression that they were actually going to make it out. When I told them that I'd slipped the sleeping agent into their tea, they got up and tried to run. Bolted down the stairs toward the door. But they were a little too slow. They collapsed, and their head bumped on the door handle. If the sleeping agent hadn't knocked them clean out, well, that certainly would have. I brought him down here, put him exactly where you are right now. Then he awoke to the feeling of me draining the blood from his skull, right where the injury had been, and I have to say it tasted a little different. The skull is a difficult place to get blood from, you understand. It's a very tough bone. That's why most of us tend to go for the neck. Although, perhaps if you're good, later we can explore other areas. There won't be much left of you after tonight, but I have a strange sadistic feeling that you are exactly where you want to be. Is that right? We'll see. We'll see. It's been tiring. Very tiring indeed. Spending all these years wondering when my next full dinner would be. Stealing snacks from unsuspecting people out in the open. It's terribly risky as well. Oh, that's a good try. What, hold you instead of using these cups? I don't think so. Can you imagine? I would almost be as foolish as you. Although, to tell you the truth, we vampires are quite a lot stronger than human beings. I'm almost tempted to let you run. To watch you scramble up the stairs, desperate to get away from me. And then at the end of all of it, you would run to the end, realize that there's no way out, at least not that you know of. Think of it. Beast and hunter. Predator and prey. You run down long, endless halls, watching the flames lick the walls of the cavern. And then you reach a dead end. You wonder where you have to run. And suddenly, you start hearing footsteps. Perhaps I start saying something to mess with you. I know you're around here. Like I'm a villain from a Saturday morning cartoon. Come out, wherever you are. You realize that you're backed up to the wall. And you realize, oh, this will be the end if you don't make it out. You get up and you try to backtrack. Run to where you were before. You turn the corner. And I'm stood right in front of you. I reach down with one of my hands, grab you by the throat, and although it wouldn't be terribly beneficial for me, should I so choose to, I would bite down on your chin, my top teeth in your mouth, and I would tear your head off, drinking from your neck like a fountain. Gosh, I have goosebumps. I'm going to bite your chest again. You ready? Oh, you silly person. Don't leave a mark. Look around you. There are bite marks on your neck and your chest on both sides. No, you won't walk out looking like you've come home from a one-night stand. Not only will you not be going home at all, but if you did, you'd be going home looking like you'd fallen into a badger's den. I could make you look worse, though. Perhaps that'll come later. Perhaps if you decide to test me a little too much. Maybe one day I will really tear your head off. Hmm? Ah, yes. Someday, I'm wondering if perhaps you might be the one that I use to continue my bloodline. Hmm? Think about it. It's not as though you would say no. You've said yes to everything, including having your neck bitten multiple times. It'll take some time for me to ascertain your value, the value of your own blood, although so far I can only give it glowing reviews. It tastes remarkable. Not tonight, I'm afraid. Like I said, every night I'll wrap up your wounds. I'll make sure you don't die, feed you, clothe you. But I will never remove these cuffs. If the time comes that after long enough, a week, a month, a year has passed, and you've never complained, the instant you see me, you cock your neck to one side, inviting me in to have my fill. If after all that time you never stray, and you never have second thoughts, then maybe, just maybe, you might make the jump. From food to suitor. You are very beautiful. Perhaps then you could become one like me. And we could both be cursed to this eternal life of wandering the back streets of society, praying above anything, to find something to eat each day that goes by. I admit, it would be pleasant to have some company. Feed off each other? No. Maybe every once in a while for a bit of fun, but no, it takes more than just our own blood to stay alive. It takes human blood. You can imagine why after all these years I've become so impossibly hungry. And now that I've bitten you, I imagine you might start feeling it too. That slow hunger that sets in, just in the late hours of the night, right as the sun goes down, whether you can see it or not. That desire, that hunger to plant your teeth in the neck of someone unsuspecting. do give me another taste. Let me make a mark on you and then I'll make a bite through it. Oh, you do taste so very sweet. You've asked me a number of times. Why not go a little lower? I'll have to make my way down there first. Looking down at your stomach. What I'm going to do is test you. Because I know that below the waist is where the blood runs juiciest. And believe me, I want to taste it just as much as you want to offer that part of yourself to me. It will hurt. But I'm going to make a long bite that stretches down from just below your chest, all the way down to your waist. Feel for where I'm kissing you, down here. Go on, sweet thing. Invite me in. That's a lot of blood. Oh. That's a lot of blood. It's not my fault. You invited me in. Well, all right. Perhaps you've earned it. I'm going to slip your pants off now. looks very tasty. You're shaking. Too much anticipation, eh? Perhaps I should just go for it. Make you stop waiting. Let me spread those thighs apart and I'll start you off gently, in the way that a fly makes its food soft before it eats it. Just leaving little marks on you. No, I've got to be very careful here. Let me stress how emphatically I could kill you so easily. Have you ever heard of the femoral artery? It's a big, key artery that passes through each leg. It's close to the surface, and if it's punctured, you will bleed out and you will die very, very, very quickly. I don't want you to die either. Your blood will spoil and turn rotten if you die. And to be honest, I'd rather suck it straight from the source, rather than mop it off the floor and have it out of a glass some other time. So I'll be very careful. But I want you to know, look at my teeth. I want you to know that at multiple occasions, one will be on one side of that artery, one will be another side. And the only reason you're alive is because I'm treating you with the utmost care. I don't play with my food. Are you ready? The left side. So much blood is going to come out. That's delicious. Oh, that's delicious. Look at how much of it is trickling down your leg. Goodness me. Goodness me. Are you sure you want me to do the other leg? Oh yes, you're losing a lot of blood, but you won't die. I've been around a good few 100 years, and I've done this many times. Oh yes. I've had many blood bags like you before. Listen. No matter how proud you are of having made it down here, it'll take months for you to prove that you're any better than all the others. So far, you've just been one of my many toys. Months of daily draining, let's call it. Let me leave a mark on the other thigh. And now I'm going to bite through it. All the pain from the last time. Are you ready to feel it again? Oh, you are a funny one. Begging to be gentle. Begging me to be gentle. You invited me in, and now you have to suffer the consequences. But that doesn't mean there's nothing for you. work my way up your thighs a little. Let's give you a little kiss. Hmm? No, you're really shaking now. Kissing you down there does feel good. And the way the taste of your skin mixes with that metallic sheen from your blood. Oh, I feel like I get drunk on it. Yes, you can think of this as your reward. You have been very obedient, and I've eaten very well. It's not just your blood that tastes so fucking good. Alright, I'm gonna stand up now. Look at that face. Oh. Look at that face. What, are you gonna cry? Let me kiss you. I've had my fill. I don't want to overstuff myself. I don't want to overstuff myself and start to hate your blood. It should be delicious every time I take a bite. You're bleeding very heavily, but it's not quite enough for you to die just yet. Let me bandage you up. There you go. It's not so bad, is it? Shh. And the other side. Oh, yes, of course. You did well. You did very, very well. Alright, there's your thighs. Some sticky plaster for your chest. Shh, it's okay. I know it still hurts. It always will. But I hate to break it to you, baby. It's this, or a much longer, slower, and more painful death. You choose. Very brave. Taking so much punishment. All because of your intent to serve. No, no. I think you're all wrapped up. All wrapped up now. Sorry. Your blood is very filling. You won't bleed out anymore. You'll live. You'll heal. And then tomorrow, I'll come back for more. You understand? Let me be honest. You've been very, 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 very good. Very, very fucking obedient. Can I do something to reward you? Something I can say or do? Might make you feel a little better before you spend 24 hours dangling from this cave. Just a little kiss. Very good. It appears I've rubbed off on you in just the right way. You'd like to get a taste of my blood as well? Go on then. Here's my neck. Bite it. I'll give you one bite, so make it count. Go on. Be brave. Wow, you really are the whole package. Delicious blood, a beautiful body, and sharp fucking teeth. I can see me making you my suitor yet. Who knows what may happen next time? Perhaps after all you've done, I'll not be able to stop thinking about you when I go back out. Maybe I'll spend the entire day inside, restless, thinking about how wonderful you tasted, thinking about the future, praying that of all the people who failed before, that you're the one who survives. So that I can walk you down this long, darkened path for eternity. And you might carry my heir, so that my long bloodline might have a chance at surviving. From food to bride, or perhaps you'd prefer to be called a groom. I'll leave it up to you. together with access to one another's blood forever. If you want that, and everything that comes with it, my loyalty, and everything along with it. Be strong. Keep living. Because on the other side, it's only eternity that awaits. But alas, I think our little game ends here. I've eaten quite my fill, and I've even been very warm with you. I've been very accommodating, all things considered. I should have killed you by now. But I really can't get enough of that face. That cute body and that fucking tasty blood. You're very lucky indeed. So yes, I'm going to go and get some sleep, and I would recommend that you go and do the same. All right? Doodaloo now. Rest well. And remember that the future will be full of rewards if only you have the strength to live through it. Good night, my sweet.